Hey, what's going on guys? Arekkz here. Welcome back to another video for Monster Hunter World Iceborne. And in this one, I want to take a look at the Alatreon armor. Apologies, the video took a little bit longer than normal. Alatreon is a bit of a pain, but we've done it, finished it, completed it. And I'm also working on a guide for you guys to kind of talk about some of the kind of tips you'll want to sort of factor in when you're fighting this. So yeah, now we've done it, hopefully that should kind of be useful to you guys, and that'll be dropping shortly after this video, so stick around, that'll be over on the channel if you're struggling with Alatreon. However, in the meantime, for those of you guys that want to take a look at the armor and the weapons, then look no further. If you do enjoy this, then a like would be super appreciated. Comment down below, let me know how you guys are getting on with the fight, let me know if you guys are struggling, if you've got any questions, and again, be sure to keep it locked for that next video. Anyway, armor itself, I mean, Alatreon armor has always looked incredibly cool, and both the alpha and the beta sets look very cool. Of course, the alpha set is very familiar. The beta set, I am really a big fan of. It looks kind of like I mean, you basically look like a Dark Souls boss, right? Look like some kind of final boss in a video game where you rock up there after like ascending a tower, you're ready to fight someone, and he's just like, yes, now I don't know, whatever it is. Anyway, I'm rambling. I've been fighting Alatreon all day. It's done something to my mind. Point is, this is the armor. Looks kind of cool, so let's talk about the skills. First things first, of course, we know about this from the stream. There is the Alatreon Divinity set bonus. This is actually split into a 2-piece and a 3-piece set bonus. So the 2-piece set bonus is called Element Conversion, where equipped weapons' elemental power increases as your elemental resistance increases. Now, this is something that I do intend to test further. I do want to kind of do some extensive testing to actually work out how it stacks up against, regular elemental increases. Haven't had a chance to kind of do that too much just yet, so expect that as a follow-up video either later this weekend or early next week. But principally, by increasing your elemental resistances, it will increase your elemental attack. On top of that, you also have a 3-piece set bonus, where all elemental resistances are increased by 20%. Now the interesting question there is, of course, does that synergize? If you're increasing them through the 3-piece set bonus, does that then also influence your attack from the 2-piece? Again, something I'm going to find out very soon, so stay around for that one. Of course, then you have attack boost 7, which is quite nice because that's split across 2 pieces, so if you do want some attack in it, then of course you can grab that. Admittedly, yes, largely speaking, we put a lot more focus on things like crit and other stuff these days as opposed to just flat attack, but still, it has got a nice 7 attack. You also have 2 points in critical eye. You can ignore the other 4 because that's in my charm, so 2 points in the helmet. You have resentment level 5, you have dragon attack level 4, health boost level 3, power prolonger level 3, and you also have dragon resistance level 3 and defense boost level 3. The last two going to be pretty handy because, of course, Alatreon does hit like a truck, so having nice defenses, having some resistances, it's always going to be pretty handy. And of course, across the board, you look at this armor set and it has good dragon resistance, good ice resistance, and no other weaknesses to anything. So kind of one of those silly situations where, hey, if you're struggling with the Alatreon fight, the armor itself might actually help you, but hey, you need to defeat it to get the armor. Anyway, point is, it's kind of often how it goes, right? When you kind of factor in these typical kind of structures in video games, defeat the boss, make the armor from it, and then it makes it easier the next time you go back and do it. Whatever, that aside, that's the alpha set. If we turn our attention to the beta set, you of course have slightly fewer things. We still have the Alatreon Divinity set bonus 2-piece and 3-piece. We instead have attack boost level 6, critical eye just 1 point in the helmet this time, resentment is instead level 4, health boost is still level 3, dragon resistance level 3, and defense boost level 3. So of course you do get fewer skills, but the trade-off is always the slots. So turning our attention to the alpha set, we have a level 3 slot and a level 1 in the helmet. We have a level 2 and 2 level 1s in the chest, a level 3 and level 1 in the gloves, a level 3 and level 1 in the waist, and 3 level 2s in the legs. Meanwhile, you jump over to the beta set, and we have a level 4 and level 1 in the helmet. We have a level 4 and 2 level 1s in the chest with 3 points in health boost, a point in resentment. Pretty nice there if you want to, I know health boost isn't hard to gem in, so you might not necessarily want it on your armor piece, but still pretty handy. You then also have a level 3 and a level 4 slot on the gloves with 3 points in attack. You then have 3 more points in attack on the waist alongside your dragon resistance with a level 4 slot and a level 1 slot. And you have 2 level 4s and a level 2 in the legs. So plenty of slots to play with. So yes, it might not necessarily have all the skills you want, but there is a ton of stuff you can do with that, assuming you have the right decoration. So all up, is it going to be this drastically meta-defining or meta-redefining or meta-shifting, should I say, set now that it's kind of dropped? Not necessarily in the same kind of conventional way, not in the way that, say, you look at World and say Behemoth drops and suddenly you have the Draken armor, which is just like the go-to for absolutely everything, but there are a few very strong pieces amidst this that you might want to use in some mix sets, and it just looks kind of cool. The fact that you've also got that and the fact that you can get the elemental conversion on just 2 pieces is quite strong. You know, you could definitely pair it up with something else. What I basically want to test going into next week is, you know, if you stack it alongside, say, 3-piece Safi or some of the Namiel stuff, or, you know, something else that kind of gives you elemental boost, anything like that. If you stack them together, you know, are we going to get diminishing returns? Are there going to be kind of, you know, genuine benefits? That much we need to wait and find out. So it's definitely interesting. May not necessarily be immediately apparent, but overall, I do still like it. It just looks really cool, as does the Palico gear, of course. But on top of that, we then have the weapons. Of course, these are pretty high attack. They have good dragon attack. They also have a great sharpness, purple sharpness. Overall, they are just very nice weapons. In previous games, Alatreon weapons have also been incredibly strong, incredibly good. I am a massive fan of the Sword and Shield one. I just like, you know, I made it in the previous game. I have it in Generations in one of my kind of endgame sets, and I'm grateful that I can now have it in Iceborne. It's incredibly cool, and for the most part, I'm just gonna let you guys look at the weapons in the background, so you know, you can see them, see their stats. But the nice thing is, for those of you guys that are struggling with Alatreon, you don't technically speaking need to defeat him to make the weapons, because as you're playing through, assuming you are able to meet the thresholds, make him flinch, he'll drop shinies, and the materials that drop as the shinies are the materials you need to make the weapons. I was actually able to make my first couple of weapons before I even defeated him, because of course outside of that you just need a large Elder Dragon Gem. So while for the armor you do need some of the rarer parts like the wings and the horns and other stuff like that, generally speaking the stuff you need to make the weapons doesn't actually have to come from defeating it. So even if you are having a hard time, you could still go in, try and, you know, work towards those first thresholds, work towards getting him to drop some shinies, and slowly, systematically farm some weapons. I'm not obviously encouraging you to kind of just do half the quest. Do still try and do it, but at least if you are, you know, if you are fighting it, not necessarily all your efforts will go to waste. Anyway, that's it for the time being. Let's look at the weapons, let's look at the armor. Honestly, some really cool stuff. Definitely something I do want to farm. It's going to take a little while because can be a little bit frustrating, but I think now that we've got it on lock, now that we've kind of got a routine down, it's definitely like not so bad anymore. So definitely something I want to work on. But anyway, for the time being, that's it. Again, be sure to keep it locked later on today as we've got the guide going up, going over some handy tips that you guys will want to factor in when you're fighting Alatreon. And be sure to keep it locked for plenty more next week when we take a deeper look at that armor skill. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed that video. Don't forget, if you haven't already done so, you can join the Arekkz Gaming Discord. We've got an awesome community over there with so many different channels for you to chat loads of different topics and different games. I'm in there, the team's in there if you guys want to chat with us, find people to play with. It's just in general a great place to be. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to turn on those notifications so you don't miss any of our future uploads.